Lewis Up for the Ring magazine. Always a pleasure to be joined with Skye Nicolson here on a nice Wednesday afternoon, I guess morning for you. But yeah, obviously a big week for yourself, fight week over in California. Before we do get into it, yeah, how's things? How have you been?
Things are good. I can't believe it's fight week again. I feel like it's been fight week a lot this year. Fourth
Yeah.
fight this year. Um, but this camp, like, it felt like I had so much time for so long, and now it's just here. So, um, no, I'm excited. I'm always excited in fight week. It's always good feels, good vibes. But yeah, I'm just really excited for Saturday night now.
Yeah, I feel like with you, Sky, whenever you're at the ring, the first thought for you is like, when can you jump back in it? Is that a
Yeah.
benefit to you, would you say, like having that mentality?
I think so. I just feel like I really like building off momentum. I feel like building off the back of a really good camp and starting again is like, I don't know, you're like forced to level up again. Um, so I just think like I'd rather fight more times a year for less money than
Mhm.
only getting out two or three times a year
Mhm.
for more money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
So that was like a big push from me and my team this year was to just be active. Um, and yeah, that's why we got those two fights out in the summer. Smaller money fights, but staying active and being able to build on what we're working on.
And back in California, I'm right in saying, obviously, I know the pro debut is in San Diego. Is this the first time you've fought there since then?
Yeah, first time back in
Yeah.
California. I've obviously done quite a few fights in the States, in Vegas, Philly, New York twice. Um, Almost half my fights have been over here.
Yeah.
But I do love fighting in the States. The the people are always really welcoming and the fans really like get into it. It's hard to say. I don't know which crowd I would prefer out of like the UK crowd and the US
Yeah.
crowd. Like they're both very passionate boxing loving fans, but um yeah, no, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And when you say about building momentum, obviously part of that being at a new weight as well now, like, do you feel like you are definitely more filling out as a super bantam?
I feel so good. I
Mhm.
feel so good. I'm so excited. I feel like I've really settled into the weight now, obviously. Been here for what, 6 months or so now, boxing out 122, and I absolutely love it. I feel like I'm in my absolute prime right now. I feel like I'm in my best physical condition and I'm making the weight so well. Um, I feel so fueled. I feel so strong and powerful. And I just can't wait to showcase it on Saturday night. I just think I was really missing a trick not being at 122 before, but we're
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah. I think I saw you post on Snapchat. You think you could make 118 as well? Do you think I don't want to put pressure on, but do you think that's actually a possibility if it ever came, like if the opportunity
Yeah,
ever?
it's definitely a possibility. I spoke to my team, spoke to my nutritionist. If it was for the right fight, the right money, it's very doable. I'm making 122 comfortably, which is just even crazy to say. Um, but I am like I'm doing it easier than most fighters do weight. Um, I'm still on 1,800 calories a day in fight week, fully fueled, fully hydrated, and like making weight easy. Um, I say easy, like I feel like it's still a lot of discipline and work that goes into it throughout the whole camp. But I'm not doing any crazy hard cuts. I'm not coming down heaps of weight. Like literally the whole camp, I've sat around 128 pounds, probably the heaviest I've sat in a whole 10-week camp. So
Wow.
um, yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
really good at the weight. I feel really good at
But
the weight. If 118 has like a big opportunity come up, I would definitely consider that as well.
is part of you like, are you surprised about how obviously you've got a great team in place, and for yourself, even like sure you look after yourself outside of camp, but is part of you surprised about how easy you make the weight? Because at featherweight, the consideration was you was always like
A
a
big
big
featherweight.
featherweight almost, and it's like now you're fighting at the weight below, and it's is there a part of you that's surprised about how easy you make the weight?
Yeah. It's science, isn't it? Like just kind of putting all of the numbers and the thinking side of it to my nutritionist, Lee, um, and just following the plan strictly to a T. And he'll know what I'm gonna weigh when I wake up the next morning. He'll know what I'm gonna weigh when I'm going to bed that night. Like it's so like everything is so like meticulous, but it works. And I just feel like when you find something that works, like it's like wow. But I never thought when I first considered the idea of going to 122, I thought it was going to be very, very hard.
Yeah.
I never kind of imagined it would be comfortable and that we would start discussing 118, that's for
Mm.
sure. But you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I don't want to put pressure on there by mentioning it, but look, focusing on Saturday, obviously, WBC interim title as well. Does it feel like there's an extra added incentive that you want to be a world champion again, and like Saturday is really a step in the right direction towards that?
Yeah. And I feel like this girl's good. I feel like she doesn't really get the recognition or the credit. Um, this is like a world title level fight for sure. I think she's probably the most skilled fighter I've faced as a professional. So we're expecting a hard fight. Um, and I think it is worthy of a world title. I think it is worthy of the winner being mandatory for the world title. So, and that is what's on the line. So obviously that's all in my mind while I'm preparing for this fight is what this fight and winning this fight will do for me and for my career.
Mhm.
Um, I definitely feel ready to be back in a big fight. I took a lot of time this year. We've talked about it before already,
Yeah.
but to really like get things right and make sure that I don't have a bad performance or show up um, not my full self on fight night. So I'm really excited to showcase the work that's been put in this year to really bring the best version of myself on fight night. And Saturday's the perfect opportunity for that against a really, really good opponent. So I'm really excited.
Well, obviously, your opponent also holds a win over Flores, who's a world champion in your division as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
is there not extra pressure, but when we talk about added incentives, is that another one, knowing like to put in a performance like that over someone who's beaten a champion too?
Yeah, definitely. I think this opponent, Luna, I think she's been quite avoided. She has a style that's hard to beat. She's very crafty, got a great boxing IQ, very good, neat counterboxing style, which you don't see very often,
Mm.
especially in Mexican fighters, but in women's boxing in general. So I think she has been very avoided. Um, and the girls that have beat her have been incredibly strong, tough girls.
Mm.
Um, and she has herself beat very strong, tough girls.
Mm.
Um, but I believe I can stop her.
Mm. Okay.
I believe at this weight division, I am very strong, very powerful. And I feel like Saturday night is going to be the perfect opportunity to kind of showcase that and make a statement about what's happening in the 122 division in 2026.
With Undisputed being delayed, is that somewhat a blessing in disguise, would you say, for you? Because you can almost like, I know you're gonna have to wait for your shot, but like you can almost look at that and be like, look, I'm waiting, I'm ready, like I'm ready to.
Yeah.
Is that do you see it as a blessing in disguise?
I mean, I found it a little bit annoying, to be honest, because obviously I would have liked for the undisputed champion to have been crowned
Yeah.
and then I was going to be mandatory for the undisputed champion.
Mm.
But it doesn't change things too much. Hopefully, there's still not been a date actually
Mm.
for their fight to take place. But hopefully that happens early in the new year, and the winner of my fight can get it on with the winner of their fight
Mm.
in Q1, hopefully, of
Yeah.
2026. And um, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's Ellie because I
Mm.
just think it's a much bigger fight. It makes a big fight. Um, it'd be a great show, a great fight to do in London. Um, both based and trained there, so it makes sense. And
Mm.
I think it's a fight that fans would love to see. I think our styles would make for a great fight, but we'll see. I've got to get through Luna on Saturday night. Their fight's still got to be rescheduled and
Mm.
go
Yeah.
ahead at some point. So don't want to look too far into the future, but my eyes are definitely on Undisputed and the World Crown in 2026.
Yeah. What would that mean to you becoming a world champion again? Because everyone does love a story of like, the person that lost the world title and won it back. So like, when you've touched it before and you've not had it, and then you've obviously know the feeling of what it's like to lose it, to then get it back again, would that mean a lot more, would you say?
I think so. Yeah, I think when I lost in March, I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me and how much it
Mm.
did hurt. So I think knowing that pain now and knowing that feeling of that loss um, will make winning and becoming world champion again so much more special and mean so much more to me. So I am excited for that. And it also comes with becoming a two-time world champion, being a two-weight world champion. I think these are all things that I hadn't really considered or thought about before, but they're special moments and I guess experiences in their own right as well. So yeah, I think becoming world champion again will be even sweeter than the first time around.
Yeah. Do you think it like, not even just touching on not even touching on obviously the defeat, but if you think, was it one of them cases where like you don't sometimes appreciate what you've got until you haven't got it anymore? Would you say? Where you think
I
about
think a little
like,
bit. I
wow.
think I was
Mm,
really like I was just smooth sailing a little bit
hmm
and everything I was doing was working. I felt a little bit untouchable. And yeah, the fight in March really did kind of have me have to look and see what can I do differently? What can I do better? What can I be better at? How do I make sure I never feel this again? How do I make sure that the best version of me shows up every fight night? So I think without that experience, I wouldn't ever have got to see the best version of myself. I probably wouldn't have even got to see the 122 version of myself. So
of course.
everything happens for a reason. And as much as it sucks, no one likes losing. I am actually grateful for the lessons that have come from it, and I think it has made me a better athlete and a better fighter for that experience.
Yeah, good to hear. And look, I didn't want to touch on this too much, Skye, but because it's your fight weekend with respect to that. But yeah, WBO world champion Devin Haney took shots at you quite randomly on Twitter a few weeks ago. What's your response? It was out of nowhere, and I guess what was your response to it?
It was very random and out of nowhere. I'm not on Twitter. I think you know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
came off Twitter. I find it very toxic.
Mhm.
Hence, here we are
Yeah.
talking about something toxic. But I feel sorry for someone who feels the need to go and randomly write a mean or negative comment about someone that they don't know, even someone they know, but someone they don't know,
Yeah.
especially, just completely out of the blue for absolutely no reason. But I honestly couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I really couldn't care less. That's why I'm not on Twitter because I actually
Mm.
can't care for these opinions. Like, love me, hate me, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but you're entitled to your opinion, and I still think you're a good fighter. So if that helps at all, but I'll pray for you, Devin. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that the tweet was deleted, so I don't know if
Mm.
the tweet didn't go down as well as he'd hoped,
Yeah.
or he didn't get the response that he wanted.
Mm.
But um, yeah, honestly, means nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Do you think like now in your career you've got better at like managing the social media side of things? Because I know it's what we know you spoke to me about it before and you said almost on Fight Week like you're just going to leave that to someone else. Like, do you think you've got
Yeah.
better at all that stuff from when you first like turned pro?
Yeah, definitely. I used to read like every comment and like there'd be 100 positive comments about how much everyone loves me, and then there's this one negative comment, and I'm like, and like
Yeah.
I give that all my energy, and then like in hindsight now looking back, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I
Mm.
gave that person that kind of power. Like, um, I absolutely love the love
Mm.
and support that I receive online. And I get so much of it. And I try to really focus on that now. I'm so grateful for the people that support me from all around the world on the social platforms.
Mm.
I have like really a really loyal follower base.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that. And honestly, when I see a negative comment now, I actually laugh. Um, I don't sit and read comments anymore, but
Mm.
obviously it's hard to miss comments sometimes. And if I do
Mm.
see one, they usually get blocked. It's not even a second thought. I never think about it again. I never see the comment again
Mm.
because you're blocked. And you can never comment on my stuff again. So
Yeah.
think before you speak, people, because if you don't want to, if you want to see my stuff, be nice. But I feel like since I've done that, I've obviously like cleared out a lot of the weeds,
Mm, mm,
um, where I've like blocked them and they've just not been able to access again. And if you want to go through the process of making a whole nother profile to write negative comments, like
yeah,
I feel for you. I feel for you
yeah,
if that's your life. But I feel like I've got a very positive community on Instagram now. I'm not on Twitter, but my community on Instagram's pretty good. I don't see a lot of negative comments, very, very rarely. Um, and if I do, they get blocked.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I just live in my own little happy bubble, and
Mhm.
people can have their opinions on that. People can have their opinions on me, and I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I do let you go, how would you reflect on 2025 as a whole? And obviously, a lot of it depends, I guess, on Saturday, and a win on Saturday would be great. But how would you reflect
Mhm.
on it as a whole?
It's been a year of growth,
Mm,
um, personally, professionally. There's been a lot of change. Um, and I would say almost like I've been reborn this year.
mm,
2025 has been really big for me in terms of my own self development. And I am grateful for all of the good and bad experiences that have happened this year. Obviously, winning on Saturday night, having a great performance on Saturday
mm,
night will just be the icing on what I think has actually, what started as probably the worst year ever,
mm,
um, is going to end on maybe the best year ever. And
mm,
maybe not in terms of titles, but in terms of my development as a person, as an athlete, as a
mm.
fighter. So um, I'll be going into 2026 very, very excited because I think that will become, again, the best year ever. So, no, it's been, yeah, a year of learning, a year of growth, a year of change. And yeah, Skye 2.0, that's how I would describe 2025.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we look forward to Saturday for the WBC interim title in Stockton. Skye, always a pleasure. Always appreciate the time as always. And yeah, all the best on Saturday night.
Thank you. Let's go.
Cheers. Thank you.